Well, guys, welcome back. It's Mohammed again. So, in this lecture, we're still part of section 4. We're going to be testing connectivity between all the computers. So, check this out. I want to make sure they can all talk to each other, right? So, watch this. I want to make sure my server can talk to everybody. Well, what I want to do is I want to show you something over here. I know that server 1 is 128. Check this out. Server 2 is actually 129, all right? And my first 10 machine, if I check details, it's 130. And my second 10 machine is probably 131. There you go. Okay, so what I want to do is this. If I'm actually right over here and I open the command prompt, and what do I use? I use ping to test connectivity. So if I say ping 192.168.223, let's say dot 129, which means I'm trying to ping my second server. It looks like it's timing out, guys. And we'll see why. I mean, that's why we're here. We try to troubleshoot. I don't want things to work from the first time because that's what you'll be facing in the field. Well, remember, when you ping, the reply from the ping is actually called ICMP, Internet Control Message Protocol. It's actually the echo. If it says timeout, it's like, I know where you are, but I can't reach you. If it says host unreachable, it's like you're actually on a different network. I can't reach you without an actual router. This is on a LAN on my local area network. The reason why it's timing out, let me ping it this way with a minus T. So it's continuity. It's good for troubleshooting. It looks like I have a firewall on, and normally you don't use Windows-based firewalls. So let me show you. Firewall's actually on. You see that? That's why Windows Defender Firewall. That's not something you would use at work. So if I go advanced settings, I could open a port if I want, which is the one for ICMP itself. But here, if I go to properties, right, and I say off for all profiles, and over here too. So this looks good. And let me close this out, close this and refresh. And my firewall is off. Perfect. Well, let me go back to my first server and see. Oh, now it's replying. So it looks good. Let me do Control C to stop the actual ping over here, right? So I did Control C to stop the ping. I should actually remove the firewall from the first server too. Same thing. And let me just do advanced settings. And I'm doing the same exact thing. I'm going to remove the firewall. As I said, it's not. This is not something you would use for a corporate organization. Normally, you would use like a hardware firewall. It could be Checkpoint. It could be Cisco. It could be SonicWall. It could be Palo Alto. I mean, there's a bunch of them out there, right? And this one over here is actually off. Then off. And let me close this out. And let me make sure my actual client machines don't have an actual firewall. Let me just take a look. So if I go to control panel, I'd rather do it from here. Control panel and look at large icons and Windows Defender Firewall. All right. There you go. It's actually on. So I'm going to turn off. Same thing. I don't put these on my client's machine at work. That's something I actually, and I'm going to remove the Windows Firewall and Windows Defender Firewall and turn it off. And there we go. Right? So everything is good. Remember the numbers. So let me test connectivity. So watch this. If I try to hit the up arrow and ping 130, I should be able to reach my first 10 machine, right? So this works. This is perfect. 131, my second 10 machine, which is good. They could all talk to each other, right? And I could test it from a client machine. Let's say from here, let's say from my second 10 machine, which is 131. Let me just change the color so you guys, folks can actually see better, right? And screen text, green. And let me just do this. Sorry, CLS. If I do ipconfig, I can show you the number here. It's 131. So I could ping 130, which is my first client. I'm pinging by IP address. I could ping by computer name. I'll show you that too. So I'm getting a reply. This is actually good. And let me do 23.129, which is my second server, and 128, which is my first server. I could do it by computer names too, by the way. I could test connectivity by computer names. So if I say ping This is the second 10 machine. I could say W 10 dash 1, just a regular computer name. And it could show me the IP address. All right. And if I try to ping W 2019 dash 1, I could reach it. And if I try to ping also dash 2, so I could reach things by, devices by numbers or by names. If I know the IP address and I want to know the actual computer name, I could use a tool called NBTstat, NetBioStatistics. Why? What is a NetBIOS name? NetBIOS name is actually your computer name. So look, let me prove that to you. So if I go to this PC properties, and let's say I go ahead and go to advanced system settings, and I click on computer name, change, and more. And here's my NetBIOS name. It's actually your computer name. See that? So what I want to show you over here is NBT stat minus A and put somebody's IP address. Let's say 223 dot 128, which is my first server, and it tells me this belongs to server one and it's actually on a work group. If I try 129, it tells me this is server two and it's actually in the work group. And here's the MAC address. I get more and more information. You want to get more about NBT stat, you do NBT stat, right? NBT stat space slash question mark. That's how you get asked for help, and that's how you get more and more actual what switches, and it tells you like what each switch actually does. Just to show you, that's how you actually get to know more and more. Little by little, I'm going to show you a lot of utilities, a lot of command prompt, by the way. So we'll actually get there. My main goal is like we finished our lecture. Connectivity is working between all the computers, so everything is actually fine. So then that's section 4. Everything is perfect. Let's move to section 5. All right. So we'll see you guys later. All right, guys, then. Later. Bye, everyone.